Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I feel like this is such a surreal moment because I haven't posted on YouTube in years. As you guys can tell, I already had a YouTube channel started. I just never really took it serious. But now I'm really excited to start this journey with you guys. I actually did a poll on my Instagram and my Facebook to see which video you wanted to see first. So I had a Q&A mukbang and a get to know me tag. And for the most part, it was pretty tight, but I did have more people want to see the get to know me tag. So here we are. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and I hope that you feel a part of my channel. I do invite you to like and subscribe so you can keep up with my future videos, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I do have my iPad here. I'm going to be answering the questions. I have them all written down here. So the first one, obviously, what's my name? My name is Nancy Elizabeth and I am 25 years old. I'll actually be 26 in August, so I'm actually a Leo. And I'm not even going to go into like that whole situation, that whole topic, because if you're a Leo or you know a Leo or you have a Leo in your life, that's all I gotta say. I was born in Monterrey, Mexico, but my parents came when I was 3 and they came to the US, to Kansas, so that's why I was raised in Kansas. Up until I was like about 19, I moved to Texas and then I moved back to Kansas and then I moved to Utah and I lived there for about 3 years and then I moved back to Texas. So currently I live in Houston, Texas. I actually am the oldest of 6 kids. So there's 4 girls and 2 boys. And how tall are you? So I'm actually 5 feet and I'm the shortest of all my siblings. So like I said, I'm the oldest of 6, so that just goes to show how short I am. Dream job as a kid. So as a kid I wanted to be a pediatrician or a psychologist. I always had this like, I don't know, this like connection with kids and like I wanted to do something as a career with them, but I just realized that it was like too long to go to school and like I wanted to have a family of my own, so I just kind of pushed off that dream. But I think that's such a great job. Am I an introvert or extrovert? I would say that I'm both. I'm very introverted with like people that I'm around that I don't really know, or when I'm not very comfortable around the people I am with or things like that, I'm very introverted. But if I'm around like the people I'm really close to and people who make me feel really comfortable, I'm really extroverted. So I would say it depends on the situation. Pets, I have a dog and his name is Chico. He's a Labrador. He's so cute. He's the best, honestly. Like I love him and I miss him so much. Then favorite color, my favorite color is pink. Everything pink. I love pink. If I could have like this whole world be pink, it would be. My favorite TV show, I don't really watch TV to be honest. Like I like movies more, but if I would have to choose a favorite TV show, I would say Jane the Virgin and La Casa de las Flores. So if you guys have seen those 2 TV shows, let me know down below because I am obsessed with those TV shows. I could like rewatch them, but those are like the only 2 that I really actually enjoyed watching. Other than that, I don't watch TV and I'm not really interested in like TV shows like that. But definitely if you guys have any suggestions for TV shows that are similar to Jane the Virgin and Casa de las Flores, let me know because I would totally check them out. Favorite music genre, I would have to say corridos, or like honestly not even corridos, just regional mexicano is like my favorite genre ever. And after that would probably have to be like reggaeton, but mostly like 99% of my daily music is gonna be regional mexicano, whether that's corridos, like mariachi, whether that's banda, whether that's norteñas, like anything like that. Favorite musician, I have so many like favorites, honestly I can't even choose. Lately I've been obsessed with Fuerza Regida and what's another one I've been obsessed with? Karin Leon, like all of them, you know, like Karin Leon, Fuerza Regida, I forgot this guy's name. I think it's like Ivan something. Favorite soda is actually Dr. Pepper, which I know that's like a huge debate because I know a lot of people don't like it. I love it. It's like my favorite. It's my weakness for sure. After that would have to be Sprite. Favorite snack, hot Cheetos. No, let me see. It's actually tied with like hot Cheetos and hot noodles. Like I think I eat hot noodles more. Favorite sport, I'd have to say volleyball or soccer. Although I think volleyball a little bit more, but I grew up with my dad playing soccer and like putting us in soccer teams when we were little. So soccer was always part of my life, but I prefer volleyball. Instruments, I did play the clarinet when I was in middle school and then I played it my freshman year of high school at East High. But I got out of the class because I didn't like the teacher, so I quit band. I was so sad because I really loved playing the clarinet. And actually my 2 sisters actually play clarinet, so the sister that follows me and then my littlest sister, they both play clarinet. Many talents, so I actually love to sing. That's like one of my I guess, biggest talents. I think it comes from my dad's side of the family, which is very musical. My dad sings, he sings incredible, so I think I got that from him. What's on top of your bucket list? Going to Disneyland, honestly, or Disney World. Probably Disney World more because it's in Florida, but Disney World is like my top bucket list. Favorite subject in school was actually English. I was actually really good in school growing up. Like, I got really good grades. I graduated with a really good GPA, but I don't know, I never really liked any other subject. I always liked English more. Favorite childhood memory, I would say probably like just traveling with my family. Growing up, when we were little, like my parents loved to travel, and like my dad had a job that allowed him to travel a lot. So I would say that's probably what it would be. Question is, what are my pet peeves? So I have a couple of them, but there are two main ones that really get on my nerves that people do. So the first one is slow drivers. I hate when people drive slow. Like, that is probably my #1 pet peeve. And the other one also has to do with driving. It's when people don't put their turn signal on. That obviously causes accidents. It's like, I need to be able to plan, like, you know, where I'm gonna go. If you're just gonna, you know, cut me and like go in front of me without putting your turn signal, like I have no idea what you're gonna do. It just bothers me. Something people wouldn't guess about you. So there's a couple of things actually. One of the main ones is that I actually used to do taekwondo when I was younger. So I almost got to black belt. Like, I literally was basically already there, but then I quit. So it kind of sucks. I wish I would have stayed in it. And my sisters actually also did it with me. And it was honestly so fun. Like, I had so much fun. I was a preemie, so I was actually like the smallest one out of all my 5 siblings. I think my mom says I fit in like a shoebox. And then the last ones, I was actually supposed to have an older sibling. So my mom lost a baby before me, and I was basically like her rainbow baby. She had to be on bed rest and everything because her pregnancy with me was very complicated. So shout out to my aunt, mi tia Chuya, because she really took care of my mom, you know, while she was pregnant with me. So I really appreciate her because of her I'm here, and so that's something really special to me. Something popular that you don't like. So there's actually a couple things. I wouldn't say I'm a picky eater, but there are some things that most people like that I really don't. Some of the top ones are like pepperonis. I do not like pepperonis. I will always take off the pepperonis. If like you get pepperoni pizza, most of the time, like 99% of the time, if I'm able to, I'm gonna take them off, pick them off, and give them to somebody else. Seafood is another one that people love. I do not like any kind of seafood. I don't like pork. I don't like ketchup. I don't like olives or mushrooms. My favorite ice cream flavor is mint chocolate chip, mango, and strawberries. And the mango one is not like a mangoneada, even though I love mangoneadas, but just like a mango flavored ice cream. It's so good. If you guys live in Wichita, I know I have a lot of people that are following me from Wichita, so go to La Paleteria La Reina and ask for the mango ice cream, and I promise you guys, you will not regret it. It's literally the best ice cream I've ever had. If I'd have to choose like one favorite ice cream, I would say the mango ice cream from specifically La Paleteria La Reina. So definitely check it out if you haven't tried it yet. It's so good. Next question, favorite time in life. My favorite time in life, I would have to say, was my middle school days. I know most people like hate their middle school years and they prefer high school, but for me it was actually opposite. I hated high school. Like, I couldn't wait to be done with high school. I think honestly, out of my whole lifetime, like, that is really the happiest time of my life, was when I was in middle school. It was just the best. I just had so much fun. I was really good in school. Like, school was easy. I had a lot of friends. Like, it was just a very good time for me. I had like the best teachers. I had a really close relationship with the teachers. And I don't know, it was just such a good time for me. You know, I was just the happiest child, and I was literally living my best life. My favorite movie. So this is actually another one that I can't really choose. I'm in between 3 different ones. So the first one is Shrek 2. I'm obsessed with Shrek. I love Shrek. But specifically, my favorite movie has to be like the second Shrek. Another one I really like is Toy Story 1. So the very first original Toy Story. And then the third favorite movie is Spider-Man 3. So this is like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3. And honestly, this leads into the next question. Who's your favorite superhero? Spider-Man in general is my favorite superhero, but specifically Tobey Maguire. Obviously, Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. The ones that get it. The ones that don't. If you know, you know. Next question, my favorite store. So this one, I'm also indecisive because I'm in between 2 different ones. The first one is TJ Maxx, and the second one is Ross. So if I had to choose, I can't, because I spend a lot of money on both of them. I prefer them for different reasons. Like, TJ Maxx is like my go-to for makeup, and Ross is like my go-to for like just anything, honestly, like even random stuff. Ross is for my everything go-to, and like TJ Maxx is specifically for like shoes and and makeup. Also like hair care products and things like that. Like I just love TJ Maxx. So if I had to choose like one, if like they were like to tell me like, okay, TJ Maxx or Ross, like only one can stay in this world, like I would definitely choose TJ Maxx. Next question, most important thing in your life. So for me, honestly, the most important thing in my life is my family and God. That's everything to me. Like if I had nothing else in this life, as long as I have my family and as long as I always know God is with me, which I know he is, then that's all I need. Next question, what age did you move out? So I actually moved out when I was 18. I've been out for a while now, and honestly, like it's so crazy to think that like at some point in your life, like you're gonna get there. Like, you know, you're so young and you're just living your life and you don't even think about like the future, but like it just creeps up on you so quickly. Let me know if that happens to anybody else, but I feel like honestly, like I don't know, like adult life just creeped up on me like from one day to the next. Like I was like 14, 15, I'm a quinceañera, like enjoying life, a freshman in high school, and like next thing you know, I'm like almost 26. Like it's crazy, you know. But I think it's just like not taking life for granted, because time goes by so quick, and next thing you know, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 80. So I think it's just like really appreciating your life and the little things that shape your life. Next question is what's the most important traits to have? And for me, I had to choose two because it's hard to decide. I think these two kind of go hand in hand. I would have to say it's being kind and grateful. I think that this world needs so much of that right now. It's so important to be like more kind to everybody around you. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know if like your smile makes a difference in someone's life, or a hug, or even like a nice word, or like a thank you, or you holding the door open for someone, you know, like telling them have a great day. Like anything and everything counts and it matters. You know, letting someone in when you're driving, like in your lane, like you don't know if that person is on their way to the hospital to like see, you know, someone with terminal cancer. Like you don't know what these people are going through that you're dealing with, you know, from day to day. And at the end of the day, like they're our brothers and sisters, and the biggest thing we can give them is our kindness. I feel like those are the two things that will make your life so much more, not just happy, but just more meaningful, you know, more meaningful. And that's how you can inspire other people, is by your attitude and by who you are. And there's a lot of times where I'm not those things, you know, like not every day is going to be full of rainbows and butterflies, but I think once we internalize how important those things are and how much impact they can have on someone's life, and even on your life specifically, I think miracles can happen, and this world can change. But I feel like we all need to be a little bit more of those things so that we can make a difference in this world, because it's never going to change unless we all put our little seed of effort. So those are my two, I would say, most important traits that someone can have. And then what do I like to do in my free time? I think like what I enjoy the most is watching YouTube videos and going shopping. Those are like my main two like favorite things to do. I love watching The Voice, singing programs, like, or I guess singing competition, doing my makeup, things like that. My favorite season. So my favorite season is actually fall and winter. But I would have to say, if I have to pick one, I would say definitely fall. Favorite meal to cook. So honestly, like in general, I'd say like Mexican food is what I love to cook and what I think I cook best. But if I have to pick like a specific meal, it would have to be enchiladas. Like I said, that's just my favorite meal. So that's just my favorite thing to cook. Next question, what was your first job? So my first job was actually at Domino's. I was a cashier and I was 16 years old. I had like no experience, didn't know like what a job was, like how you work the cash register. Like I was so shy and just like really scared, honestly, because like your first job is a big deal. But it was really fun. Like I had like great coworkers. Like I loved my coworkers. I had a really cool manager. He would literally tell us to mess up a pizza just so we could eat it. What was your favorite job? So I started working when I was 16, so I was back in 2012. So I've had about 9 jobs ever since I started working at Domino's. That's a lot of jobs. I had a couple favorite, but I would have to say, like, if I have to pick my most favorite one out of all of them, it would be Panera. I was so happy at that job. Honestly, that job felt like it didn't even feel like a job. It felt just like I was going to to work, but like to have fun with my friends, because all my coworkers were my friends. Like I had such a good time and it was just so fun. And I got a 75% discount on the food, and Panera's expensive, so the fact that I could get 75% off, I think it was either 70 or 75, I don't remember, but the fact that I can get 70% off, like I was literally like spending my whole paycheck there because I love their food. So it was just such a good time, and I had so much fun, and I miss it. But obviously, like, I wouldn't go back now because obviously the people that I used to work with don't work there anymore, and the environment's different, and the managers are different, and everything is just different. But I think that the time that it had in my life, you know, was really important. I don't know, I just built really strong friendships, and I ate good food for 70% off. When I worked at Kneaders, which is similar to Panera, but it's not as good, I would only get like 20% discount, like 20% off. So that just goes to show like how cool Panera was, that they honestly really cared about their employees. And then 3 words to describe you. So I really truly do think that these are 3 things that describe me. Obviously, like I said, I'm not perfect. We have our bad days. We're human. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna be angry, upset. We're gonna have normal human feelings that are just part of who we are. But I would have to say, if I was to describe myself in 3 words, it would be thoughtful, kind, and loving. And I try to be this way with everybody, not just with my family and friends, and not just with people that I'm close to or that I know. I really truly try to push myself and try to almost challenge myself to be these things every day with everybody I'm around. You know, whether that's the person who flipped me off because, you know, they're having a bad day, or whether that's, you know, someone who wasn't nice to me, you know, at the cash register, or honestly anybody. Like it could be anybody, and still it's reminding yourself and pushing yourself to be what people aren't, you know, be different and be yourself, but still try to bring, you know, more happiness into the world, more positivity, because we all know we could have more of that. I really push myself to be these things, but I think in general that's a natural thing that comes from me, and people that know me really well, like know me deeply, like know my soul, I think that they would agree. And with thoughtful, I mean like I put in so much effort and so much heart into what I do. Specifically, like when I think about someone, or when I give someone something, like, or when I talk to someone, or when I hear somebody out, like I really try to be thoughtful in like what I'm doing for them and put that person before myself. So I love that about myself, because I wish more people were like that, you know. And it's like sometimes you feel like you're taken advantage of, or like that you're giving so much of yourself, and you kind of put yourself in a vulnerable position to be these things when you don't get that reciprocated back. But it's just remembering that, hey, that's them, but that's not going to change who I am. You know, who you are is who you are. And that's like the most important thing I think I can share, is like, just if I can inspire anybody or remind anybody to just always put yourself in other people's shoes. You just never know what they're going through, and that's spreading kindness everywhere you go. Okay, so last question I have on here is, do you want to have kids someday? So I actually do. Growing up, I actually only wanted to have like 1 or 2, but my aunt, my tia Claudia, my mom's sister, she would always tell me like, no, you have to have more kids. Like, how are you only gonna have 1 or 2? And I always thought that was so funny that she would tell me that, because I just never saw myself as like having so many kids, even though I came from a big family. Like, I think as I've been getting older, and as I've just like been around more families, and even my own family, like seeing my siblings grow up, like they're so big now, and I just remember them being so little, and like playing with them in the playground, and like changing their diaper, and like feeding them their bottle and things like that, you know. I feel like it just reminds me like how life goes by so quick, and like in a blink of an eye, life just passed you. And I think it's beautiful to, you know, look back on your life and see that you have like all this generation behind you that you created, that you brought to this world, so many great new people that were meant to come. And so it's like you're that vessel for God to bring his children. So I think that's really neat, and I've always wanted to be a mom. That's like my biggest dream. So I would say I would like to have about 3 or 4. I've always wanted to have like my little pair, like a boy and a girl. So if I have 2 boys, 2 girls, perfect, like my dream. If I have 3 boys, 1 girl, or 3 girls, 1 boy, or whatever, it doesn't really matter. I just want to be able to experience having both genders. So yeah, that's just a dream of mine. But that's basically all the questions I have for you guys today. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel so you can be updated on my next video. And I appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you guys have a great night or day depending on when you're watching this. And I'll see you on my next video. Thank you guys.